Hi, everyone. I'm your host, Charlene Shirk, and welcome to Digital Champions, where we speak to some of the most innovative thinkers in the digital space. And joining us today from Tucson, Arizona is Benediktsson with Benediktsson Consulting. Mr. B, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. This is exciting.
I can see, I'm sure by anybody reading your name, they can understand why I'm calling you Mr. B today.
That's fine. Many do.
So talk to us what you do over there at Benediktsson Consulting.
So I help creatives succeed by helping them create an online presence, digital products, diversifying their income streams, and sort of creating product suites that helps them earn more money while working less and using the time available to do what they want to do, not just work on their business, not just grinding and hustling all the time, but actually enjoying the life that they can create when they make a business that works with them and for them.
So let's walk us through the process, because when you say creatives, and we know a lot of people, we're in the big resignation nation, lots of folks are creative people who are now starting their business, or people who have had their business have had to do a lot of pivot during COVID. So walk us through that process, what you mean by, for creatives, I help them make money with less effort, because there is a kind of a secret sauce to that, if you will.
Right. So creative people is obviously very broad. My main clientele are sort of like musicians and sort of creative people that have a very particular skill set that they can achieve a result for a person that's easily marketable. Actually, the narrower the niche and the nichier, if you will, the better, because it's weirdly enough easier to find people to serve when you're more specific about what you do and who you're helping. So my one of my businesses that I run helps musicians and producers become professionals in the music industry. That means making their music, making their audio engineering skills as good as possible, but also those technical skills are great, but you also need the marketing, business, and entrepreneurial skills to succeed. And that means learning how to reach out to clients, learning how to build a brand, learning how to create content to increase your exposure online. Advertising is one of my main skills, copywriting, helping them sort of understand how to communicate, talk to the customer in the language that they understand. So that's, in broad strokes, that's more or less what I do. I call it the 4P process, which is, becoming the person that you need to be in order to serve others, understanding the person that you are trying to serve, coming up with the products and product suite, digital products or services that you can offer worldwide online, and that results in a profit on your end and freedom for you to work, have a happier work life that isn't tied to a boss, a paycheck, and your employment with somebody else.
You're speaking to the dream. You're speaking to the lifestyle. So, I want to kind of hone in a little bit more on when you say digital products, because that is key. I have a friend who, she's a photographer, and she does headshots and she puts them online, and then people can go and they can buy the headshots that they want. And we all kind of joke about the ability to make money while you sleep.
Sure.
And
so digital product.
I was gonna mention you have a book. You have a book. You get what you give. So I'm kind of giving you the opportunity to pitch in your book at the same time as you answer that question, because people don't think that. They're like, oh, I'll get online and then people will hire me, and they don't realize that now there's a finite amount of time that you have.
Exactly. Yeah, so my book, You Get What You Give, is a business parable. If you're familiar with books like The Go-Giver, Built to Sell, The Richest Man in Babylon, it's sort of a fictionalized narrative, but it is a business book in the complete sense of that word. Of I teach you how to go from. It follows the protagonist, Casey, who was working in a marketing agency, doesn't doesn't want to work there, ends up rage quitting because he hates his job, realizes that he doesn't know what to do, how to get clients, how to build a business. He's amassed all this gear. He's a music producer, or he wants to be a music producer, and he's amassed all this gear and all this stuff that will make it easier for him to work, but he doesn't know how to do any of the marketing, how to establish himself or anything like that. And he meets a mentor who is successful in the industry, and he teaches him what I call the success strategies he needs to succeed and achieve a full-time income in that industry. And along the way, he learns a lot about just the mindset of marketing and how to market yourself without feeling sleazy and like you're, like you have to take a shower every time you're trying to sell your services. The like how to understand how to make an impact, sort of kind of get to the level of finding good clients, not just like bottom of the barrel clients that can't pay what you're worth. And then from there, increasing your online presence, understanding who you're trying to serve, and then diversifying your income stream with digital products in particular. In my other business, audio issues, I have various products and income streams, from a low priced book, which is sort of my entryway into learning from me in that sense, and then all the way to high level courses, membership programs, and then one-on-one coaching. So it's sort of a tiered system, so that those that only want to lightly dabble, they can check out the book, but those that are really, really serious and want to succeed, they might end up buying everything from you. And if you don't have all those products to offer, then you are leaving money on the table, more or less. So I love teaching people how to create digital products, because you make them once and you might update them on occasion, but you can always promote them, and it doesn't require as much effort as having a brick and mortar shop, or creating products that that get used, like food, for instance. I have a food business as well, but that's a different topic altogether. But like digital products you create them once and they're infinitely sellable.
Yeah, I'm so glad you walked folks through that, especially for folks who are just now getting into their business, as well as, some folks who've been doing it and they're like, I'm burnt out. Digital products is a great way to add to your revenue without killing yourself. You got to do the work up front, but then the product does the work for you, as well as the marketing. Well, Mr. B, thank you so much. That was just so chock full of information. And you have a food company and a music company and this company. Good job. Way to live what you preach.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate you sharing your knowledge here on Digital Champions.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Hope it was useful.
Oh, our pleasure. And if you'd like to learn more about what Mr. B is doing over there at BBenediktsson Consulting, you can check him out at dailyadbrief.com. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Digital Champions. I'm your host, Charlene Shirk, and we look forward to learning something new with you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.